upon a time there were two best friends called Rose and Ella. They lived in a city called Deck, which was ruled by the kings and queens of hearts, spades, clubs, and diamonds. The city had very strict rules. Rose was very ambitious and always dreamed of being famous. And Ella was very kind and always wanted to just help people. Every day, the two of them hung out and went to school. They were both very smart and got good grades. Until one day when Ella started rebelling. When Ella asked Rose for help, Rose told her no, and that would ruin her chances of being famous, and they got in a huge fight. After that, the girls became very distant, and Rose was ignoring Ella. Ella was acting strange too, though. She kept bringing up old memories with Rose and stuff. Until one day when Rose couldn't find Ella anywhere. She looked all over the place but couldn't find her. Until she got to the shack and found a note from Ella that said, "Rose, if you're reading this, I've already been taken. You need to follow the clues I left and find my research and all the lies and cover-ups the kings and queens have been doing. Also, can you please return my book to Andrew? It's overdue." "Okay, thanks, bye!" Rose was torn. She had no clue what to do. If she were to help a rebel like Ella, she'd ruin her chances of ever being famous. But if she did it secretly, they would never know. But still, even if she could, where would she start? Ella didn't give her any clues, and she did not want to help out their classmate, Andrew. But eventually, she decided she had nothing better to do and returned the book to Andrew, and Andrew told her to go look at Ella's favorite instrument. But Rose couldn't remember for the life of her what it was. She thought and she thought and she thought, but eventually she did figure it out. She remembered it was Ella's piano. So Rose went to Ella's house and found another note in her piano music that said, "Thanks for returning my book, Rose, but I was also supposed to help out Henry with the new homework assignment. Do you think you could do that too? Okay, thanks, bye!" Rose really did not want to help out Henry with homework. She had some opinions on Henry. But if doing favors for Ella helped her last time, it might help her again this time. And plus, Ella will owe her one. So she helped him out, and he told her to go to the place where Ella and Rose first met. And so she went to the park where they first met and found yet another note from Ella that said, "Thanks again, Rose. I owe you one. Now, one last favor, I promise. Could you teach Lillian how to make those cookies we made together that one time? She wants to do something special for her grandmother's birthday." "Okay, thanks, bye!" Great, Rose thought. Yet another favor for someone she didn't even like. Plus, she didn't even remember making cookies with Ella. And besides, it was her recipe, not Lillian's. But if it helps her get Ella back, she might have to. So she went back to her house and looked through all the cookbooks and found the recipe. And so she taught Lillian the recipe, and Lillian told her to go to their shack, whatever that means, and X marks the spot. So Rose went to the shack and found the X and dug out all of Ella's research plus a side note that said, "Rose, thanks a bunch. Now please, go public with this. Don't worry about me." But that was the only reason Rose did this whole quest. For Ella, she didn't want to go public with this. It would ruin her chance of ever being famous. But she needed her friend back, so she made up her mind. She went to the palace and demanded that the kings and queens give her her friend back, or else she would go public with the information. And the kings and queens told her that they had Ella locked up. And if she were to even attempt to release that information, they would make sure her dreams never come true. Suddenly, Rose's future career flashed before her eyes, but then she noticed something. Ella was there in every one of her fantasies, and she knew at that moment things wouldn't be the same without Ella there. So she made up her mind. She wasn't leaving until her and Ella both got what they wanted. "Give me back my friend," Rose said. "Fine," the kings and queens said, "if that's how you want to play it. Bring in the Joker." "Joker," the kings and queens said. "Get her." And so they fought. And finally, Rose beat the Joker. And she ran downstairs and freed Ella. And so they told the kingdom about all the lies and formed a new government ruled by the right people, Ella included in them. Rose achieved her dream of being famous. And as for the old kings and queens, they were imprisoned for life. The moral of the story is that you need your friends, helping pays off, and to always do the right thing.